Recently, the Indian Prime Minister held bilateral talks with the Sultan of Oman at Hyderabad House in New Delhi, aiming to strengthen the strategic partnership between the two nations. Sultan Haitham bin Tarik is on his first visit to India since becoming Oman's head of state in 2020. The Sultanate of Oman is a strategic partner of India in the Gulf and an important interlocutor at the Gulf Cooperation Council, AGCC, Arab League and Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, fora. Oman also accords a high priority to its ties with India. The two countries across the Arabian Sea are linked by geography, history and culture and enjoy warm and cordial relations, which are attributed to historical maritime trade linkages, intimacy of the royal family with India and the seminal role played by the Indian expatriate community in building of Oman, which is acknowledged by Omani government. With the visit of the Omani ruler, the endeavors put forth by both countries are deciphering future opportunities. Soon, they are expected to conclude the negotiations for a comprehensive free trade agreement with the aim of boosting bilateral commerce. Sultan Haitham bin Tarik took charge in 2020 after the demise of Sultan Qaboos, who was known as the architect of special ties between India and Oman. Sultan Qaboos was posthumously honored with the Gandhi Peace Prize for 2019 by India. The two sides signed on 5 documents that included an agreement between the Financial Intelligence Unit of India and the National Centre for Financial Information to prevent money laundering. As a gesture to celebrate the ancient relation between India and Oman, the two sides also took up a proposal by the Ministry of Culture to recreate maritime voyage of a stitched ship, which is expected to sail from Mandvi in Gujarat to Muscat during 2025 to 26. They affirmed their commitment to enhancing cooperation to combat terrorism and underscored the significance of fostering the universal values of peace, moderation, coexistence, and tolerance. The two sides have agreed on a vision document titled A Joint Partnership for the Future that covers several sectors vital for upgrading the relationship: digital connectivity, medical tourism, maritime security, hospitality, agriculture, and food security are some of the areas that the vision document has focused on. The leaders appreciated the announcement of the third tranche of the Oman-India Joint Investment Fund and said the fund has the potential to galvanize investments from Oman and the Gulf region into the fastest growing sectors of the Indian economy. India-Oman relations. Political relations. Visits at the highest level have been exchanged frequently between India and Oman. President Dr. Shankar 1996 and Vice President Shri Krishna Kant 1999 visited Oman. 4 Prime Ministers have visited the Sultanate: Shri Rajiv Gandhi 1985, Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao 1993, Atal Bihari Vajpayee 1998, and Dr. Manmohan Singh 2008. Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, visited India in 2014 to greet the new Indian leadership after the general elections, making Oman the first nation to have sent a high-level dignitary after assumption of the power by the new government. Defense cooperation. India-Oman defense cooperation has emerged as a key pillar of the strategic partnership between the two countries. There has been regular exchange of visits by defense ministers of both sides. The ministries of defense of both countries review their relations annually under the aegis of Joint Military Cooperation Committee meeting. Both Air Force and Navy undertake staff talks on a regular basis, which has been the catalyst for new areas of cooperation. The JMCC is the highest forum of engagement between India and Oman in the field of defense. The JMCC is expected to meet annually, but could not be organized since 2018, when the meeting of the 9th JMCC was held in Oman. India and Oman conduct regular biennial bilateral exercises between all 3 services: the Army exercise, Al-Naja, the Air Force exercise, Eastern Bridge, the Naval exercise, Nasim al-Bahar, agreements and bilateral cooperation mechanisms. Key bilateral agreements, MOUs between India and Oman, cover cooperation in agriculture, civil aviation, avoidance of double taxation, extradition, manpower, maritime issues, joint investment fund, and cultural cooperation, etc. There is also an MOU of cooperation between the State Audit Institution of Oman and the Office of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. There are joint working group mechanisms for bilateral cooperation in the field of agriculture, higher education and manpower, or labor. India-Oman economic and commercial relations. India accords a high priority to expanding its economic and commercial ties with Oman. Institutional mechanisms like Joint Commission Meeting (JCM) and Joint Business Council (JBC) oversee economic cooperation between India and Oman. India-Oman economic and commercial relations. Major items of India's exports to Oman include mineral fuels, mineral oils and products of their distillation, boilers, machinery and mechanical appliances, articles of iron or steel, electrical machinery and equipment, textiles and garments, chemicals, tea, coffee, spices, cereals and meat products, and seafood. Indian community. In Oman, Indian community in Oman is organized under the Indian social clubs in Muscat, Salalah, Sohar and Sur. The clubs have a number of subgroups called linguistic wings which cater to the cultural and social needs of their members. For example, Indian Social Club in Muscat has 25 linguistic wings, catering to all social requirements of Indian community. There are 19 Indian schools offering CBSE syllabus catering to the educational needs of about 45,000 Indian children. The Board of Directors is responsible for managing of Indian schools in Oman. Oman is not only India's nearest neighbor and oldest strategic ally in the area, but it also plays a vital role in all significant regional organizations, including the Arab League, the GCC, and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. It is crucial for India because of its capacity to control competing ideologies and regional power struggles. Both nations view themselves as peace ambassadors and benefit from global goodwill among all ideologies. Thus, Oman serves as India's entryway to West Asia. Furthermore, India lacks the energy resources necessary to meet its demands for electricity, both now and in the future. The necessity for long-term energy relationships with nations like Oman has been exacerbated by the fast increasing demand for energy